being able to prepare your meals at the beginning of the week to have for the week, especially if you're very busy throughout the week, is very important. And it can very much help your nutritional goals, help with steady energy levels, of course, with what you're eating. And then you get to really kind of hone in on what you want to eat during the week. What's up, dreamers? Welcome to Driving and Vibing. Today we're talking about meal prepping and how it can really help out your nutritional goals as well as your overall, well-being. And of course, your gaming performance. Everything carries over to gaming performance. So if you're eating well and you're feeling well, you're probably going to game better, right? Let's go over some tips. I'm going to go over tips and some stuff that I do when meal prepping. As of right now, I've fallen out of meal prepping. That was a personal choice, but I plan to get back into it. So I'm going to go over a couple of things the wife and I do that I think are very helpful to, kind of keep and maintain that meal prepping. So the first thing we do is the first thing to do is choose a day and a time that you are going to meal prep for the week. So we would choose Sunday, of course. Sunday morning, we would typically, what we did was we worked out. We did our workout. We made sure we saved the workout for Sunday, and then it was conveniently located the gym was conveniently located next to a grocery store. So then we would go to the grocery store, we'd walk right over and go grocery shopping. Then we would go home and meal prep for the week. So we'd pick out, but like before we went, we decided what we wanted to meal prep. And this is important. So pick a day and a time. That's the first thing, okay? Pick a day and a time and make it consistent every week. You're gonna go do your shopping that day, whether or not it's, in relation to going to the gym, however you want to do it. We pick a day at a time and make it consistent, and that consistency is key, okay, right? And then another tip is you have to prepare before you go. So like on Saturday is typically when we came up with a full list of what we wanted, right? And of course, if for some reason on Saturday we didn't have time to do that, we would do it before we went. We would not leave the house until we had a list of what we wanted for the week, what we decided we wanted to get there at the store, and what we wanted to do. So we would pick out our meals, we would pick out a lunch. Like one of our favorite lunches is wraps. Like we do chicken, we put it in the crock pot, very easy to do. And then we just shred up the chicken, and then we can make wraps for the whole week. So we would make wraps, and then we would, we would get all the chicken there, and then we would do the wraps and do the sauce on the side, right? So it didn't get overly soggy sitting in the refrigerator for the next couple of days, right? So those are probably the two biggest tips I can give, the most important tips to keep you consistent and keep your meal prep kind of like on point. And it doesn't have to be like, meal prepping does not have to be as overwhelming as kind of people like make it out to be. Like when you think about it, and sometimes I think about it too, it's like, oh my gosh, like meal prepping takes so much. It really doesn't, especially if you split it up where you get your list together, then you go shopping, and then you meal prep. If you set times, like if you schedule it, it's nowhere near as overwhelming as it may seem, okay? And keeping a set schedule will really help boost consistency. And of course, with your meal prepping comes, managed meals. So you're gonna have that steady energy, because you won't be snacking or buying fast food like you've been if you run out of time. I do that sometimes, of course, not necessarily fast food, but food I can grab and go. And it will help, of course, with your gaming performance, especially if you have a very, very busy schedule, especially if you're a professional gamer or aspiring to be a professional gamer. You want to try to limit the time, right? You don't want to spend an hour making food every single day because you want to play your video game, right? Or you want to work on your health and wellness to improve your video games. So if you have anything to add, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I would love to get the conversation started. Hit that like button, helps out the channel. Hit the subscribe button for more content like this, and I hope to see everybody in the next video. Later, dreamers.